man, check out this story. It's your boy CJ Goodfella back with the Boxing Clinic. Good morning, y'all know what it is. Check the description for our Facebook page, link, donation. If you want to donate, we got the radio show, first the live show, then the radio show about to start, shirts, and gonna start traveling to some fights. If you want to contribute, appreciate it. And also the new channel, CJ Tech Spot, gonna show you guys how to jailbreak and cut the cost of cable and a lot more, how to get, unlock fire sticks and, a lot of different things I can show on the channel. So the channel link in the description, click it, subscribe, get the new videos as well. But, a guy over there in the UK, I won't say his name, but I'm going to link the article in the description as well, has been hit with over, 85,000 pounds of, he been lawsuit by Sky Sports for 85,000 pounds, plus a 5 additional thousand pounds from Sky for legal fees. And I guess, having to put the paperwork and have lawyers file it against him for live streaming a $20 pay-per-view between Anthony Joshua and Vladimir Klitschko back in April 2016. The guy says that he was having a few drinks. He paid $20 for a fight, and one of his friends took his laptop, which, obviously they tracked his internet and back to his IP address to figure out who he was. Even though the article says that it was a watermark, it showed who he was. They tracked his IP address. And one of his friends, he claims one of his friends, took his iPad and, streamed the fight to Facebook, which over 4,200 people seen the fight for free, and that added up to 85,000 pounds, which they expect him to pay plus 5,000 additional pounds for legal, legal procedures and lawyers and stuff of that nature, which they're trying to make an example of this guy streaming a $20 pay-per-view. Now imagine if he was in the U.S. and the pay-per-view was $100. It was Mayweather-McGregor, and they cracked down like that in the U.S. I think they're trying to make an example around the world for fans to stop stealing boxing. And, altogether, if that was me and they hit me with that, I would just stop watching boxing altogether. There's no way that man's going to be able to pay that 85,000 pounds back, even in his lifetime, if you're just a regular working citizen of the UK. But, he said his friend, picked it up. It was an honest mistake. Hopefully they fall off and hit him, with a slap on the wrist or whatever. But if I'm him, I'm never watching boxing again. I don't care. That's some BS, for a $20 pay-per-view, 4,200 people seeing it. What about First Row? What about VIP Box? What about Cody and all these other sites that streaming the fight for free? But you want to jam up the little man. That's just, disgusting in my opinion. But, hopefully this guy can make it through and don't have to pay that. And, like I said, boxing is the only sport where you have to pay to see its best product, and its best product doesn't if you pay $100 for you to see the best product, it doesn't always translate into it being the best product. So when you buy a boxing pay-per-view fight, it's hit or miss. I remember when Chad Dawson and Bernard Hopkins fought, and Hopkins fell and hurt his shoulder, allegedly hurt his shoulder, and it was over, and they didn't refund the people they $50, $60 back for that pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? Boxing is the only sport that does that make you pay. You don't have to pay pay-per-view for the Super Bowl. You don't have to pay for NBA Finals, MLB World Series. All the top, events in sports are truly free. NASCAR, whatever. The Masters, you don't pay for the Masters. You don't pay for Wimbledon. And that's what boxing got it messed up at, man. That's why a lot of fans in America vacated from boxing. They want to start making you pay all these high fees for a gentleman's sport that used to come on free TV. It was the greed of the promoters, because they, 9 times out of 10, they make more money than the fighters on a regular basis fight. But this guy, is definitely being wrong. Okay, he streamed the fight. It ain't nothing that somebody else ain't never did before. I'm pretty sure other people streamed the fight as well on Facebook, but automatically they just trace it back to the small guy. What about the companies that's making, millions off of ads, like First Row will streaming every fight? What about the add-ons on Cody? What about all that getting free pay-per-view off of different APKs? They didn't go jam up the big guys. They went to go jam up the small fellas. And that's crazy how they always want to stick it to the small people in the world and make an example out of them, but they don't ever want to go for the other big corporations or the big entities. You know what I'm saying? Forget them, man. Really do forget them, man. But hopefully this guy, gets it together, don't have to pay that, because that'll make somebody have a heart attack. He'll never be able to live the way he want to live again on 90,000 pounds altogether. You know what I'm saying? So let me know what y'all think about this craziness they trying to hit this guy with and trying to make an example. How about just make boxing free? You know about that? We don't care how much they make and how much they're getting paid. Make it free. If the networks don't want to pay for it, it is what it is. We don't need to see it at that point. We gone.